Greetings and salutations, viewers. Buzzard Geekers coming to you with a new retro review. I'm going to start classifying certain things into modern, retro, and different categories, basically. One of the things is this toy came out in the 80s, and I mean like early 80s. It's another one in the M.A.S.K line, but this is from the second season, or second or third season. It's where they were race car drivers. I know, every vehicle had a race car theme, or everything had a race car theme. And then they also came out with a couple of really strange sets, like a toll booth that becomes a battle station, along with a gas station or a fuel stop that launches tires, or signs that open up to become cannons. But this one was always my favorite vehicle, and I always wanted it. And I want the other one. This is actually the bad guy's vehicle, and I really want the good guy's vehicle. But this is the Venom Buzzard, as you can see here. And it looks like a Formula 1 race car, except you notice that the sides are a little wide. This one in this condition with all the sticker detail, I mean, even underneath the sticker detail is still there. If you can find this thing on eBay in this condition and at a very reasonable price, if you are a collector of classic toys, jump on it. This is a gem to find, especially that it's a 2-figure pack, and it comes with Maximus Mayhem and his brother Maximus. Let me take the figures out so I can show you these two figures. This is, you always known that Maximus Mayhem was just a singular person, and you didn't know he had family or anything like that. Let me see, all right. Okay, let me show you Maximus Mayhem first. This is Maximus Mayhem. As you can see, detail-wise, actually not bad detail. Head sculpt is the original head sculpt on most of the Maximus Mayhem figures. Articulation-wise, you have a full 360 head. Arms can rotate. No waist articulation, and the legs can bend. For this is one of the things that makes M.A.S.K figures, or M.A.S.K collectibles, really a hard to collect toy line, is the figures. They were so small and they were easy to lose. And this, I got to look up the information on here to make sure I'm right. Maximus Mayhem had the Flexor mask, and this is it. And there he is wearing that. Kind of looks like a Buzzard. And this is Miles' brother, Maximus. And as you can see here, twin brother, except he has an eye patch. And a opposite color scheme of his brother. And he's wearing, was it Blizzard? Deep Freeze. Flexor and Deep Freeze masks. So there they are, side by side. And they pilot this. Well, they pilot it to a point. It almost looks like they're laying down in a coffin. Miles, straighten your legs so I can put you in your toy. There you go. Now, this is the Buzzard. And what I mean, why this one's actually pretty neat, is if you push the button here, these two side panels come out and they become like little attack motorcycles. And what happens is when they come up, the seat comes up and they can poke out a little bit that way. I wish they made the visor here a little bit more pronounced, but then again, if they did that, it wouldn't have the look of, blending in. And when you extend it, you separate it, you have this little laser here. There's the Venom logo there. Show you the other one. Same thing. And actually really nice. Now, one of the things when I saw this and I thought was pretty cool is the toy form, is there's this little window here. In the cartoon, that's how they would talk to each other. They wouldn't talk by communication over there. They would look through this little window at each other as they drove. So that's kind of cool. Now, if you notice that the body separates, and it's piloted by this little drone that you can actually remove the little rubber thing and see the drone inside. But push the button, and this drone becomes an attack jet, which is pretty cool. And what's neat, it does have little wheels, so that way when you are playing, the play value of this is when you would push the button while rolling this, the two pieces would launch off, and you could push the button and have this thing fly. Alright, and to put them back, you just line up and slide back. And when you do that, they lower back down. That's pretty neat. I mean, it's a pretty neat little feature. Now, another thing on this one that gets lost a lot is the spoiler here, because it detaches for a reason. Get Miles Mayhem out here and show you. Whenever they would get caught and they needed to make a quick getaway, Miles would detach this, and it actually became an escape hang glider. And there was several episodes in the show where Miles and his brother were trying to fight over this, or they would end up getting one side in and fly off that way. It was really hilarious. But I always loved this toy, loved the concept, and when I realized that they had a toy of it, I always wanted it. And here's the thing, it was never in my location. A lot of the M.A.S.K toys that came out, I couldn't get because they were never sold in my area. And you gotta remember, this is the 80s. You couldn't go online and buy stuff. You couldn't look on eBay. You couldn't look at Hasbro Toy Shop, because this was actually, this wasn't Hasbro. This was Kenner. These were the Kenner toy lines. You couldn't do that. You could only go to the store and hope to get it. Now, one of the things I like about this is there's heft to this. This is a very beefy toy. For one reason and one reason only. If you notice that the sides are kind of bent, because these are real rubber tires on the toy. They stopped doing the Goodyear on this, but these are rubber tires. And for being as old as this toy is, let's see, there should be 87. This came out in 87. So you gotta figure that this toy is 30-some years old, and this thing is still in fantastic shape with all the spring-loaded gimmicks to work. It is a really awesome toy. And if you're a collector of retro toys, I highly recommend this. I have a decent-sized M.A.S.K collection. I would like to get more. But that is what this thing is. It is a fantastic race car. It's pretty cool. The Matt Tracker one actually is a 2-pack as well, but it's a 2-vehicle pack. A race car that becomes jet, and the hauler that it's on, the truck hauler, turns into a missile launcher. And I really want to get that, because that one was really cool too. But this is the Buzzard from M.A.S.K, the race car series line. It's the only Miles Mayhem figure I have. I do want to get the Switchblade, his attack helicopter, because it's an attack helicopter that turns into a jet. But there again, that's one that's tricky to get as well. But this is the Buzzard review. It's a really nice toy. For those who are collectors love 80s toys, definitely get this. Like I said, nowadays you couldn't get toys like this because of the size of the figures. It's a huge choking hazard. But like I said, this is great for any adult collector who loves classic toys. I am Geekers. This has been my review of the Buzzard. Please stay safe out there, and catch you all next time. Later. Hey guys, if you like the content you're seeing here, please check out the links below. It's to my gaming channel. I am now streaming on both Mixer and Twitch, so follow those links below. Follow my Twitter to find out what I'm doing next, or what I'm doing, or just my random thoughts out there. Also, I have a Patreon page. The Patreon page actually goes to support this channel and my gaming. I post for perks. Even if you're just a tier 1 perk, you get my video a day early. You get it the day before I put it out. I usually post my videos on Friday unless personal life has come up. I also want to thank all my Patreon supporters that I have right now. Without you guys I can't do this without you. So check out the links below. I'll see you around, and please stay full naked bacon.